Summary of the poem The Windhover by Gerard Manley Hopkins. Gerard Manley Hopkins begins the poem with the line, "I caught this morning's minion," where caught doesn't mean he physically caught the bird, but rather he caught sight of it. He is watching a bird, a windhover, a type of falcon, fly in the early morning. He calls it morning's minion, meaning it's like a favorite or loyal servant of the morning. Then he calls it the kingdom of daylight's dauphin, which means the bird is like a prince. Dauphin is an old French word for the prince who would inherit the throne of the bright sky. So right from the start, Hopkins sees this bird as noble and majestic, not just an animal, but almost like royalty in the air. He's deeply impressed. He says it is dappled dawn, which means the bird is drawn or guided by the spotted light of dawn, and is full of energy as it rides the rolling level underneath him steady air. This line paints the image of the bird balancing or gliding in the wind as if it's riding a wave in the sky. Then he says the bird is striding/high there, meaning flying confidently at a great height. He uses the phrase how he rung upon the rein of a wimpling wing, which is a complex metaphor. Imagine a horse pulling on reins. Similarly, the bird seems to pull or twist on its own wings, which are like soft fabric. Wimpling suggests gentle folding or flapping. He describes all this with so much admiration and excitement, showing how beautiful and powerful the bird looks as it moves. Then comes a moment of wonder, in his ecstasy. Then off forth on swing, slashes a skate's heel sweeps smooth on a bow bend. The falcon suddenly takes off with energy, and Hopkins compares this movement to an ice skater's heel making a smooth, curved turn, graceful yet forceful. Then he writes the hurl and gliding/rebuff the big wind, meaning the bird's strong yet smooth flight pushes back against the strong wind. It doesn't get overpowered. Instead, it controls the air. Watching this fills Hopkins's heart with joy. He says, "My heart in hiding/stirred for a bird." The phrase heart in hiding means that he had been emotionally closed off or feeling low, but the sight of the bird awakened him emotionally and spiritually. He is amazed not just by how the bird looks, but by the achieve of, the mastery of the thing, its skill, power, and control over the air. It's a celebration of excellence, not just beauty. The next section of the poem becomes more spiritual. Hopkins begins to see the bird as a symbol of Christ, especially in its power and mystery. He says, brute beauty and valor and act, air, pride, plume, here/buckle. In this moment, all the powerful qualities of beauty, courage, action, pride, the physical feathers, plume, come together, or buckle, in one intense moment. Then Hopkins says something extraordinary happens, and the fire that breaks from thee then, a billion/times told lovelier, more dangerous, O my chevalier. The word chevalier means knight, and here it clearly refers to Christ. The fire breaking out could be the inner spiritual power that shines through this bird, and through Christ. Hopkins feels that the inner spiritual energy is both incredibly beautiful and dangerously powerful. In the final lines, Hopkins gives us a powerful message about spiritual glory being hidden in hard work and suffering. He says, no wonder of it, sheer plod makes plow down iain/shine. This means that slow, steady work like plowing a field can make the furrows, iain, shine with richness. Even in dull or repetitive work, there is beauty and reward. Then he compares it to dying coals or embers, blue bleak embers, my dear/fall, gall themselves, and gash gold vermilion. When embers collapse and break open, they reveal glowing, bright colors inside, gold and red. This is a powerful image of inner beauty being revealed only after suffering or pressure. It also reflects the Christian idea that Christ's glory was revealed through his suffering. The structure of the poem is a Petrarchan sonnet, which means it has 14 lines, an octave, the first 8 lines, that describes the falcon, and a sestet, the last 6 lines, that explores the deeper meaning or response. Hopkins, however, doesn't follow the traditional rhyme schemes strictly. Instead, he uses rich alliteration, internal rhyme, and compound words to create musical effects. He also uses sprung rhythm, a type of rhythm he invented. Unlike normal meter, which alternates between stressed and unstressed syllables in regular patterns, sprung rhythm lets stressed syllables fall more freely, just like in natural speech. This makes the poem feel alive and energetic, matching the bird's flight. The theme of the poem revolves around the discovery of divine beauty and spiritual insight through the observation of nature. Hopkins sees the falcon not just as a bird, but as a representation of Christ's majesty, strength, and grace. The poem also suggests that true beauty and power often lie hidden, revealed only through moments of intensity, effort, or suffering. Just as the falcon's flight stirs the speaker's soul, or a plowed field begins to shine, or embers glow after breaking open, divine light can be found in humble things and difficult moments. Overall, The Windhover is a poem of admiration, wonder, and spiritual awakening. Hopkins transforms a simple moment, watching a bird in flight, into a rich symbol of divine power, beauty, and glory, using a unique style that challenges the reader but also rewards them with deeper meaning and feeling.
Line-by-line explanation of the poem The Windhover by Gerard Manley Hopkins.
Line 1. I caught this morning's minion. The speaker tells us that he caught or saw something special that morning. The repetition of morning emphasizes the freshness and beauty of the moment. Minion here means a favored one or servant. The poet is referring to a bird, the windhover, a kind of falcon, which he sees as the favorite of the morning, suggesting it is especially radiant and graceful in the early light. Line 2. Kingdom of Daylight's dauphin, dapple-dondron falcon, in his writing. Hopkins continues to describe the bird with majestic imagery. He calls it the dauphin, prince, of daylight's kingdom, likening the falcon to royalty. Dapple-dondron means that the bird is flying across the sky, pulled or inspired by the mottled, spotted light of dawn. In his writing, suggests the falcon is not just flying but confidently controlling the air beneath him, as if he were riding it like a noble horseman. Line 3. Of the rolling level underneath him steady air, and striding. This line describes the bird's environment. The rolling level refers to the smooth, wide stretch of air beneath him, and steady air means the air is firm and supportive. The word striding suggests powerful, purposeful movement. The falcon isn't just gliding, he is striding through the sky with strength and authority. Line 4. Hi there, how he rung upon the rein of a wimpling wing. Here, the poet watches the falcon high in the sky. Rung upon the rein compares the bird's movements to a horse reining in or curving under control, an image of tight, elegant motion. The wimpling wing means the wing twists or flutters softly, like a piece of flowing fabric. This line shows the falcon's grace and control during flight. Line 5. In his ecstasy. Then off forth on swing. The bird is not just flying, it is filled with ecstasy, intense joy, or divine energy. Then, suddenly, it launches itself forward with great energy. Off forth on swing describes this motion as powerful yet smooth, like being launched into a sweeping arc through the sky. The repetition of off adds excitement and rhythm. Line 6. As a skate's heel sweeps smooth on a bow bend, the hurling gliding. Hopkins uses a simile here. The falcon's movement is like an ice skater making a smooth, curved turn. This image suggests grace, precision, and flow. The hurl and gliding captures both the force, hurl, and ease, gliding, of the falcon's flight. It's not chaotic, it's controlled and magnificent. Line 7. Rebuffed the big wind. My heart in hiding. The falcon is so strong and skillful that it rebuffs, resists or pushes back, the powerful wind. This is not a struggle, the bird's flight is so masterful it defeats the wind with style. The next phrase, my heart in hiding, shifts to the poet's own feelings. He has been emotionally or spiritually quiet, perhaps feeling distant from inspiration or faith. Line 8. Stirred for a bird, the achieve of, the mastery of the thing. Seeing the falcon stirs the poet's hidden heart. He is moved not just by the bird's beauty but by its achievement, its mastery of flight. The bird's skill, discipline, and power awaken deep admiration in him. It becomes more than just a bird, it becomes a symbol of something greater, almost divine. Line 9. brute beauty and valor and act, air, pride, plume, here. In this line, Hopkins lists the qualities the bird embodies: brute beauty, raw, physical beauty, valor, courage, and act, action or performance. The air itself, the bird's pride, and its feathers, plume, all come together. The phrase here suggests that all these elements have reached a climax or are united in one powerful moment. Line 10. Buckle. And the fire that breaks from thee then, a billion inch. The word buckle can mean to clasp or to come together with intensity. In this context, it likely means all the bird's energy, beauty, and spirit tighten and release in a brilliant burst. Then comes the fire that breaks from thee, a burst of divine or spiritual energy. Hopkins sees something far greater than a bird here. This is a symbol of Christ's inner glory breaking out into the world. Line 11. Times told lovelier, more dangerous, O my chevalier. Hopkins calls this burst of energy a billion times lovelier and more dangerous than anything else, beautiful in a spiritual, overwhelming way. He addresses Christ as my chevalier, which means my knight or noble protector. This clearly connects the falcon to Christ, powerful, majestic, and awe-inspiring. Line 12. No wonder of it, sure plod makes plow down Silion. Now the poem shifts to a more grounded image. The poet says it's no wonder that beauty can come from force and effort. Sheer plod refers to hard, steady work like plowing. Silion is the rich, turned soil left by a plow. Even in ordinary tasks like farming, beauty emerges, just as the falcon's glory emerges from discipline and strength. Line 13. Shine, and blue bleak embers, ah my dear. Here Hopkins uses another image, cooling embers that appear dead, blue bleak, on the outside. But inside, they still hold fire. When touched or moved, they shine again. The phrase "ah my dear" is tender, it shows the poet is emotionally moved. This line prepares for the final image of inner beauty revealed through stress or pain. Line 14. Fall, gall themselves, and gash gold vermilion. When the embers fall or break open, gall themselves, they split and reveal brilliant inner color, gold and vermilion, red. This is a metaphor for hidden glory. Often, something has to break or suffer to show its true beauty. This connects back to Christ, whose suffering revealed his divine nature, and to the falcon, whose effort in flight reveals unmatched beauty and strength.
About the poet. Gerard Manley Hopkins was born on July 28, 1844, in Stratford, London, England. He was a Victorian poet and Jesuit priest, best known for his innovative use of language and rhythm in poetry. Hopkins studied at Balliol College, Oxford, where he converted to Roman Catholicism under the influence of John Henry Newman. In 1868, he joined the Jesuit order and later became a priest, which greatly influenced the spiritual themes in his poetry. For several years, he stopped writing poetry due to religious commitment but resumed later with a deeper, more mystical style. Hopkins developed a unique poetic technique called Sprung rhythm, which gave his poems a natural, speech-like quality. His major poems, such as The Windhover, Pied Beauty, and God's Grandeur, reflect his deep appreciation of nature and his intense religious devotion. Although his work was not widely known during his lifetime, Hopkins is now considered one of the greatest poets of the 19th century.
Hope we summarized it fully and you liked it. Please hit the like button and subscribe to our channel so that we are motivated to create more videos.